Hello, hello, welcome back, and today we are doing episode 23, I believe, of the Lorethrough. If I'm wrong again, I guess I'll just post a correction. There's a lot of these now, and we've made great progress. So I took the time to upgrade a handful of things. I am now, instead of in the +3 category, I'm in the +5 category. Woo, fanfare, fantastic. It's a small bonus, but it'll make a huge difference, and since we've teleported it around a bit, gathering stuff to make that possible, this set of doors was open, and here we have Gideon Ofnir hunched over some notes. So let's see what he has to say.
What do you need? I have little time to spare.
What do you mean, a house guest?
Are you aggrieved at the notion you are but a visitant here? Then you would do well to remember the first words of grace given to you. Stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. If those words held any meaning to you, follow the guidance of grace. Lay low the shard bearers and claim for yourself a great rune. Do so, and the doors to the Roundtable's inner chamber will open, and you will receive the wisdom of the Two Fingers.
Alright, so maybe that barred door in the back will open up if we lay low the shard bearers.
Once the wisdom of the Two Fingers becomes your own, I'll impart to you a proper welcome. As a true member of the Round Table, I have high hopes for you. I'm sick and tired of them. These namby-pamby tinies think us no more than a shelter from the rain.
So he, the older generation of Tarnished, is sick and tired of these whippersnappers.
We've spoken long enough. I have matters to attend to.
So he is telling us once we have spoken with the Two Fingers and gained their knowledge, which I'm not sure how you speak to two fingers. Maybe it's a title. Then he will elucidate our fate for us a little more. But makes me wonder, has he spoken to them? Has he laid low any shard bearers? If so, which ones? Or is the Roundtable Hold at a standstill because nobody has made any progress? But today I wanted to hop down here. I remember when I first came down here. There was loads of bloodstains down there from other players. And it was spooky looking down and wondering if there's a boss fight down here. There's not. There is not but an invader. There he is. Mad Tongue Albric. And he bows. A very courteous fellow will bow back, even though he is simply an NPC. And we will deal with him. Whoo! That hit hard. We'll give him a chance to heal. Ooh! Them icy, blasts. They're spooky. Ooh. Not worth it. I was really hoping to get a parry off, but it may not happen. Ooh. He's doing the war crimes. That's what that's all about. Okay. There we go. Goodbye. Oh, our weapon buff fell off, so he lived through the ordeal, but that's okay. And that was a nice fight. This halbert's crazy. Look at it. So we got the Taunter's Tongue. Oh, and I almost forgot. Last time we got Marika's Scar Seal. An eye engraved with an Elden Rune, said to be the seal of Queen Marika. And we see this over here is the seal of King Consort Radigan. So they're similar in shape, but their central rune on that eyeball looking thing, that's what changes from a trellis to the bowed cross. Not sure what else to refer to that as. Oh, and the Dragon Halberd gets 160 lightning damage while buffed, which gives it a stupid high AR at 405, making this a really good early game weapon. It kind of reminds me of the Dragon Slayer axe, the small one from Dark Souls 2 and 3. Mostly 3 because it was a favorite amongst low-level gankers or players that would invade you at an intentionally low level with great equipment. Here we find a body that is torched and scorched. And we see the Cipher Pata. Doesn't look like much, but it is a line of script. One of the weapons originating from the two fingers. A formless sequence of ciphers comprise its blade, and as such, no shield can repel it. Deals only holy damage. The furtive inscription appears to hang in the air, the language of light spoken by the two fingers. So two fingers, they speak in a language of light. Another thing worth interesting is those incantations we got. Oh, that is so hard to see. You can see black script going around the symbol for the spell, and it looks like it's the same language. And to be fair, these incantations also come from the two fingers. If we look at an incantation that does not come from the two fingers, it does not have that in the back. This one has that Erd Tree Elden Ring kind of symbol in the background. This one has a dragon. This one just has some script. That's not specific. And we can't see anything on that one. And that one has some sort of swirl, so kind of interesting that the pages on those symbols are different. But let's head back up. We have another little corner of the Roundtable Hold to explore, and hopefully we can do the tutorial dungeon that we skipped by. Ooh, and then we will be ready to go to Stormveil Castle after that. We're making some progress. Some. Not a lot, but some. Another picture of that Horaloo or golden lineage fellow. I'm trying to see if there's any unique paintings about. Anything we can stare at. Still. Head downstairs. There's some barrels. Oh! We have the symbol of the lion there. The beast, Serosh. Or maybe it's just a lion. But that's the only thing we've had to liken it to, is that war counselor for the golden lineage. Don't mind that jingle. That was a cat hopping in my lap. I am quite graced. Quite blessed. Okay, what's in here? The Crepus Black Key Crossbow and Black Key Bolts. Let's take a look at that. A black crossbow featuring a long stock. Used for sniping, it has a very long range. Weapon of Crepus, who served the two fingers from the shadows of the round table as the head confessor. So we could have started it as a confessor. And it looks like this crossbow belonged to the leader of that organization. Very neat detail. So if we had started as a confessor, that would have been a very good tie-in. And here it looks like we have a kitchen. Or cooking something. Why was it locked behind imps? Interesting. But here we have a treasure chest. The Assassin's Prayer Book. So interesting how Tier 1 has the leader of the Assassins of the Roundtable Hold. Has their crossbow. And then in here is a prayer book for them. There it is. Prayer book for the Roundtable Hold's Assassins. And look, it has that swirling text of the Cipher Pata and the two fingers. Can be given to a learned cleric to gain access to the following incantations: Assassin's Approach and Darkness. So Assassin's Approach was one of the starting incantations of the Confessors, but we don't know what Darkness does just yet. I could give the book to Brother Corin, but I think we will save our books for another instructor. So I believe that means that we are done here in the Roundtable Hold. It is now time to do the Stranded Graveyard, which I hope I can do. It's a little worrisome. It's a tough dungeon, to say the least. Especially at a low level. Oh. I'm curious. Should I spend my excess funds? I probably should. And because we don't know what to get just yet, we're going to pump up our vigor by 2 whole points. Wowza. Incredible. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So here's the Stranded Graveyard. We had to put our Stone Sword key in there to open it up. And, well, Well, let's get to it. We don't have a whole lot of time, but we have about 20 minutes. Okay, sorry about the cut. I had something to attend to. But here we go. So jump down here, and we see symbols of those dragons again. We see these statues of ladies. Hard to look at. There's poison in the way. And here is an awful chariot. I hate these things. And they will run you over, and they will make you flatter than a pancake, and it'll be a crappy pancake, like the ones that you flip over and just break apart completely. Just horrible. Not worth it. But if we head down here, we can cut down here, and we can get a head start on the horrible, horrible chariot. We can head down here. Yep, this is what I wanted. These imps are very mean when you're just starting. Look at how much health he has. He has like 500-600 health. It's really mean when you're slapping things for 30s to 50s early on. Oh, shucks. He got me. I should probably be using a blunt implement on him. Oh well. I have the good old blessed dew talisman that gives me health over time. A very good item early on. Oh. So that is another one of them pillars that spews fire. We don't like those. But we got the Margit Shackle, which lowers it. Don't you think I didn't see ya? Perfect. Yeah, I need to mix in those heavy attacks. Those make all the difference in the world. Pew! Oh, he has the first, forked greatsword that we see. Okay. So menacing with it. But it looks like he can barely carry the thing with his spindly little limbs. Is there another enemy in here? There is. And the halberd makes short work of them. Okay, we have some coffins here, filled with bones. A commoner with lightning grease. First instance of lightning grease. Does that offer any insight? I doubt it, but you never know. Solidified grease made from a mixture of fulminating materials, craftable item, coats, armaments, adding lightning damage to attacks. The effect lasts only for a short time. And I'm at 110 FP. I don't want to use any more if I can help it. My mana reserves are precious. I'm going to use mana now. I just remembered why. Quick step. Okay, that's what we want. So we look up. We see a something. Something latched on the ceiling. It's a grafted scion. And look, there's another one directly above us. I can barely lock onto it and see its health bar. But they've laid a trap. Below the statue of the lady, banners of dragons to either side again. Very interesting. So we're going to go across. We're going to grab that item. And we're going to flee because these things are not worth killing. Give me that. Erdtree favor. Out. Not good, not good, not good, not good. And that's where quick step comes in handy. We're going to go off this cliff intentionally. And now we are safe. I'm so glad they do not follow us. As you can see, there is heaps of bodies here. Likely their victims. Could be. Who knows? Maybe they were already here, man. You don't know. And there's this gross water down here. But now, we can take a look at that Erdtree favor. There it is. A talisman depicting a special blessing of the Erdtree slightly raises maximum HP, stamina, and equip load. It is said that when the age of the Erdtree began, such blessings were personally bestowed upon the recipients by Queen Marika herself. So in episode 0, I pointed out that the relief above the doorframe of the Chapel of Anticipation itself, there was a bunch of women holding jugs, and then when we got a little farther into the chapel of, or into the zone of the Chapel of Anticipation, we saw statues holding these jugs. I think they're called amphoras, but she's holding it and she's pouring out a blessing. So it seems interesting that when the age of the Erdtree began, such blessings were personally bestowed upon the recipients of Queen Marika herself, right? But there was multiple women holding jugs, and there's also the statues of women holding jugs. So which is which? Are the statues Marika? Is Marika depicted several times in that relief above the doorframe? Is this perhaps a ritualistic practice that Queen Marika stole from the previous society? We're not sure yet, but that's still a neat little thing. And that practice of pouring out those blessings, I think we will refer to those as libation statues for now. And if we see them again, I will try to point them out. Oh, this is an elevator. I was anticipating enemies. Silly me. No enemies here. It is dark, but there's nothing to see here. Just more catacomb. And these elevator... Oh. Something got ran over. Had like 800 HP and it's dead now. And here we have our very own Banished Knight, who we are not going to mess with because they are very mean, and wow, this thing packs a punch. Goodness. But here we have the chariot. It's got the statue of that guy that we've seen at the Chapel of Anticipation a couple times in the Roundtable Hold, but he's in a different pose. Looks like he's holding an axe and he has a shield. He's on the chariot. Kind of reminds me of the Golden Tree Sentinel that we saw outside the tutorial in episode 0. But what you do here is it's very Zelda-esque. Is he patrols back and forth, and there's these conspicuous pots. So what we do is we point up at the center one. Wait for him to connect. I'm probably going to wait till the next one because I don't want to miss. And we wait for him to collide, and then we count off 1 second. And then we let it go, and it should fall right on him. About. So from the time he rams it, I count about 1 second, release the shot, and then it usually lines up. I've had great success with that. But he drops on kill the Erdtree Greatbow and the Great Arrow. Let's take a look at that. Greatbow featuring Erdtree styling. In times of old, when faith and battle went hand in hand, this weapon was created in tandem with the golden Great Arrow. Scales all arrow damage with faith, revealing its true worth when used with holy infused arrows. It says all arrow damage, but when we look at it, it says, I guess, most with faith, but it has E scaling in strength and dex. So those requirements, and then faith. And this thing is huge. In fact, let's get a little light. I'm gonna eat a mana potion on the way down here, and I guess I'm just nothing to do about it. But yeah, this thing is crazy big. Just like the Golem Greatbow we saw. I haven't seen people using this one, which is kind of a shame because I like its design. It doesn't mesh with a lot of builds in a technical sense, but you know what? We're gonna keep using the Dragon Halberd. It's just working. And there's another enemy up ahead that we'll make short work of if we have it. Not the boss. I mean, they would probably do okay against the boss, but I have another plan for it. Now we can freely traverse this area without having to hide, duck and hide into every single alcove we come across. And where are the enemies? Where are they at? They're up the hill. Ow. How dare. I hate how sometimes when you want to sprint, it feels like it eats your input, and you have to figure out a way to press B that you're already holding again, because it's press and hold for sprint to get sprinting again. There's people I've seen do PvP, and they are excellent at just resuming their sprint anytime. They never seem to lose that momentum. I don't know what they do if they mash it, but if you mash it, or repeatedly tap it, you roll. So what are they doing? Are they just really quick to reset and hold? Maybe. Maybe I just need to be quicker on the draw. Couldn't say. A lot of things I can't say. I think we're going to deal with him on the fly by doing this again. Oh, he lived. And he has a nice bandana cloth. I wish we could look at his armor a little more. Don't worry, we will at some point. The Dragon Communion Seal and Dragon Wound Grease. So the Dragon Communion Seal... No. Formless Drake Blood Seal with a Dragon Communion crest. So that, I think, is the symbol we may have seen... Actually... Is that? No, it doesn't look that similar. I bet if we were to get one of the Dragon Communion incantations from the Isle, which I haven't done yet, I need to, it might share that symbol. So let's just read the rest of its description. Alright. The sacrificial devouring of the heart gives power. Indeed, Dragon Communion is too primal in nature for the term incantation to be appropriate. The seal scales incantations with one's arcane attribute. So it scales with arcane mostly and faith. And faith does some good measure, because you need faith for the bottom requirement for a lot of these things. Okay, so I think we have a handful of enemies left. Not a whole lot. I would normally just run past them, but I have a little bit of prep work to do. Ah. I was really hoping to get them both. Should have done a sweep. I love how, like, I'm stabbing with it, and really it's just that little pokey thing. That's the stabby part. I'm not using the slashy part so much. These guys don't offer a whole lot of money, but they're still kind of mean. Not terribly mean. We haven't seen much like them, but they have those shields that are marred and pocked, and we can't see them in detail. When we get to Stormveil Castle, where we'll see enemies like these more regularly, spoiler, I'll read their armor description, since I don't even think we can farm the armor off these guys. Okay. Very, very good. Okay, so I have a plan. It's not a great plan, but a plan is a plan. We're going to try to execute that plan to the best of our ability. Okay, so we're going to drink our mana potion. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply blood grease on this. Blood grease on this. You're going to enter the fight and watch me die horribly. Oh dear. Oh boy. Ulcerated Tree Spirit. This thing is miserable to look at. Oh. Drink sippy. We still have our greases on, so we're going to try to make use of them while they're still here. There we go. That's what we wanted. You see that big chunk of damage? That's the power of bleed builds. Oh, he still hit us. We have a good amount of health left still. It's got to be close. He's going to turn around. We've run out of bleeds, but that's okay. We still have bleeds on the spears. Oh! Very good. I was worried this would be too difficult. And now it is dead. Horrible snake monster. Kind of looks like the pus of man enemy from Dark Souls 3. And we find a golden seed and Banished Knight Oleg. Excellent. Okay, and I think we still have 6 minutes. Wow. What do you know? But we can look at Banished Knight Oleg now. So one of the 2 knights known as the Wings of the Storm, the other one being Ingval. After his banishment, he attracted the notice of the Grace-Given Lord, and later, having slain 100 traitors as the Lord's hand, Oleg earned the hero's honor of Erd Tree Burial. Seems interesting. So Oleg decided to serve the Grace-Given Lord, and Knight Ingval rejected the invitation of the grace-given lord, instead keeping watch over the masterless castle for many years, gaining renown as a knight of the fringes. Okay, well, we still have 5-ish minutes. So I think we can go challenge a fool. Yeah. Why not? Why not challenge a fool? Sounds like fun. Oh, but what weapon to use? So many options. I feel like this will be funny, so we'll try that. Okay. So rest there. And we're gonna rush up to Castle Stormveil. We're gonna see if we can do the boss. There. Oh boy, it feels like a lifetime ago that we first tread up this area. And now we're passing all these soldiers hiding in the bushes. There's a man guarding a ballista over here. We're going to make him pay for his wrongdoings. He had some bolts on him. Interesting to note, when you're initially getting off of Torrent, you have some iframes. So getting on and off of Torrent can help you block damage. There we go. Woohoo, I'm excited to use this silly weapon. Okay. Alright. I don't think there's any real other preparation we can do here. Well, maybe. Hold on. Oh, flasks. We've got golden seed. So we can use 2. Yeah, so we have 6 and 2. That's fine for now. We only do a little wizarding as a treat. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Gonna come in here, give a summon sign, and what do you know? We can summon Sorcerer Rogier. Now, Rogier's not that worth it, in my opinion, but we're gonna bring him along anyways, just for funsies. Okay. We'll take a look at him, actually. So he has that Tonfa staff that we see the starting sorcerer class. He has a sort of rapier and almost like a jester outfit and a wizard cap. He's got a little glint stone, it looks like, hanging from a chain in his hat, just there to bobble. But he looks more like a bard than a wizard. Maybe it's just the colorful outfit and the gemstones. But Sorcerer Rogier is here to help. Let's get to it. This is a pinnacle fight. I really like this fight. What a great way to end the episode. I'll cut right now. Just joking. We'll finish him. But as you can see, this fellow has horns sprouting off of his face. Some of them look sanded down to a flat protrusion. And so he looks like he's just pulsating with violent crucible energy. But he's articulate, and he speaks well. And he carries himself well, despite the rags. He doesn't seem like a misbegotten or a demi-human. He seems far too sophisticated. He's something else, but he calls himself Margit the Fell. Oh. Oh, I'm flubbing these. There we go. And so he takes 2 parries. And where's the item? Where's the item? Oh no. There it is. Okay, good. None the worse for wear. Oh, we broke his posture. He's normally a lot tougher boss. He took several tries. We can use the Margit Shackle. Oh! Does it not work in this phase? No! I guess we used it too late. It would normally bind him to the ground and there'd be a sigil there. Come on, give us a good old smack. I want to parry it. That's not one I can parry! That's on me. Ooh, I thought I had more recovery. I saved Rogier there. I'm a hero. Goodbye, Margit the Fell Omen. With his staff, and he takes a while to disappear. We get our talisman pouch. Okay, so that doesn't seem like the end of him. He says the hands of the fell omen will brook thee no quarter. So maybe we won't see more of him, but perhaps he has friends, associates, followers who wish to do away with us. But we finally dealt with him, and now we can take a glance at Stormveil Castle. We couldn't see a whole lot. So we see bridge and statues, right? Kind of reminds me of the divine bridge that we saw in Leyndell, the royal capital. And here we have, it looks like more Norman constructed castle, but with this garnish on top, all these gold trimmings. We see more lion banners, and the castle seems scarred, kind of in a state of decay. A once wondrous castle. Now, if you sit here after defeating Margit the Fell, normally if you haven't taken a detour into Caelid, like I threatened to do. Oh yeah, that was the thing I was supposed to go do. Maybe we'll do that at the start of the next episode. But, yeah, we see Stormveil Castle, and look, there are birds everywhere. We can't see it right now, but the Chapel of Anticipation... Well, maybe we can see the edge of it? Maybe not. But the Chapel of Anticipation is over here, right? So we see this castle. It is absolutely scorched. Absolutely wrecked. It's got these huge, just, marks in it. And it must have been once an illustrious and beautiful place, and now there's just broken battlements everywhere. But I am so very thankful that you came and watched the video with us today. We've made great progress, and there's more progress to be made. Next time, I think we will challenge that little gully that we saw in Caelid, and then we'll return here to Castle Stormveil. If that challenge in Caelid proves too tough, we'll just bolt right here. But thank you for coming with me today. It was a joy and a blessing. See you later, and have yourself a good one. Bye-bye.